In Azure, right, what we will be covering. So these are the topics for today. So we'll be saying what is Azure, then we'll see the service models. What is SaaS? What is PaaS? Platform as a service, and IaaS, infrastructure as a service. Then after that, we'll go through deployment models. What is private cloud? What is public cloud and hybrid? Apart from this, there is a on-premise. And third, we'll create a free trial. So you can start using the free trial first, then you can go to the pay as you go. Then access to the portal. Then once we create the free trial or the account, Azure account, we'll be able to log into the Azure portal, where we get the entire access to all the features of Azure, where we can create the resources and all. I will show you that. I will give you a walkthrough of the portal, where can you see the resources, how you can create, or how can you search, what is subscription and all, um, what is the billing and everything. Those things you can check from there. Okay, next is I will explain you what is Azure account and why do we need that, what is Azure subscription, what are resources and what are resource group, what is the difference between resource and resource groups. So these are the six topics. Apart from this, I have also added a slides on availability zone and Azure regions. Okay, we'll be also covering that. So these are the topics for today, and I'll be covering them in the next 1 hour. So mostly this is a theory class, but the first 1 or 2 sessions of Azure will be like theory only. So you have to bear with me. And going forward, everything will be like lab. 70 to 80% of them will be like lab. Okay,
Okay.
yeah. So these are the topics for today. Okay, let me go back and show you the slides. So what is Azure? So it's similar to how we have Amazon Web Services, GCP, Azure is one of the computing platform. So, but this is from Microsoft. Okay, this is a cloud computing platform from Microsoft. So it has close to 200 products, cloud services, from where you can build, deploy, manage your applications and services from the internet itself. So if you have internet, you have the access to Azure. That's how it works. So whereas if you go to on-premise, right, you have to be in the region or you have to go to the ODC and log in, right? ODC means operations data center, where you go to office, then only you should have a VPN and then you can connect. So it's not that way. It works in a different way. You have the internet, go to portal.azure.com, you have access. You can access it from anywhere. Only thing is you just need the internet and you get access to all the data centers of Azure. Right now there are 70 regions where the data centers of Azure are available. Okay, in 70 regions, close to 400 data centers are available. And to use Azure, you can go with the pay as you go model. So how much you use, you have to pay for that. Like you have created a VM, you have used it for 2 hours. So you need to pay for those 2 hours for the physical resources and everything you have used. Okay, and you can check what is the cost for using that, everything in the pricing calculator of Azure. So we'll go through that in the coming sessions. So that's how it works. So this is how the Azure data center will look like, something similar to this. Okay, I have taken this from one of the Azure Microsoft websites. So this is how it looks. So, and each data center is calculated in football grounds. Okay, so how big is the data center? They say, okay, it is like 15 football grounds or 20 football grounds. So not in acres or like that. So in so the terminology is in football grounds. So this is how the data center will look like. This is one of the picture. And you see, this is Microsoft global network. So earlier, the internet and everything was working through the satellite, right? Now it is not like that. The fiber channels, fiber cables are laid across. Okay, you see the lines here in the oceans. Those are the fiber channels laid across. So those are much faster compared to the satellite and everything. Okay, and the one which are glowing and everything are the data centers where the Microsoft data centers are available. Okay. So these are all the regions. In India also we have few regions. Okay, I'll be covering that in one of the slide. So I actually added that. And service models. So every cloud provider, like if you take AWS or GCP or IBM or take Azure, so this is a common slide for all. The one in green is managed by us. Sorry, the one in orange is managed by us. The one in green is um, let me the one in green is managed by us. The one in orange is managed by the cloud provider. Okay, so if you take on-premise, right, everything is in green. That means if you on-premise means your own data center or the company data center. Okay, the company is managing its own data center. So the rack, the physical infrastructure, the cooling, the electricity, the space, everything, the infrastructure they first buy, they buy the space, everything they set up, and they manage the networking part, they manage the storage, they put up the servers, the virtualization, operating system installation, the middleware installation, like um, it could be anything like the Java runtime or anything they install, and the data, the source code and everything, the application hosting, everything is managed by the company itself. So that is on premise. Everything is managed by the company itself. But when it comes to the cloud, you get the three services. Infrastructure as a service. So the infrastructure part is maintained by them. Okay, the virtualization, servers, storage, networking, the cooling, electricity, the space, everything they manage. You get the option to install your own operating system. You want to install CentOS, Linux, or Windows, you can install. And the middleware you can install what you want to install. Node.js or AngularJS or uh, Java runtime or anything, whatever it is, you can install the middleware part. Then the data you can host, the source code, and the application you can host. Okay, these the one in green you manage, but the virtualization, server storage, everything is managed by them. Platform as a service is one part where everything else is managed, like application and data. It's like the developer just want to host his application. So he just know the source code and he just want to put that, copy and paste that and put across, and he want to host. So only that part, the data and the application is managed by the company, whereas the runtime, the middleware, operating systems, virtualization, servers, storage, networking, everything is managed by the cloud provider. So that is a platform as a service. And software as a service, so everything is managed by them. We just need to use the service. Okay, let me give you some examples. Okay, infrastructure as a service, Azure Virtual Machines is one example. Azure Networking is one example. Azure Storage is another one. So infrastructure as a service. So these are all the examples. So what is Azure Storage? People will ask, then you have to tell, okay, this is part of the infrastructure as a service from the cloud provider. Okay. And platform as a service. App services is one. So we'll be covering app services as part of our course. So what we do, we just deploy our code onto the app service, then it gets hosted. It gives a URL, you just access the URL, you are able to access your application. That's all. Everything, the underlying, everything is managed by them. The operating system, runtime, everything. Azure SQL. So you create the SQL server and it's up. You create the database, you can directly access it with the URL. AKS Kubernetes services is also part of the platform as a service. So these are three examples from the platform as a service I have taken. Software as a service, this under this Outlook and OneDrive are are the examples. I also feel the whatever the application you are installing in your phone, are also software as a service. That's what I feel. Like the Uber or Zomato, all these are like they are the software as a service. They are creating a platform for you so that um, the restaurants can deliver the food. So those are all I feel they are also come under software as a service. They have developed a software and they are giving it as a service. Okay, so these are the three different ones. Okay, any questions from previous slide?
No, Ramesh. Only one thing I can say regarding that the software as a services, we have example Salesforce also. Like
Okay.
Sales developed their application and they're giving to us, and we are using Salesforce. That can be also an example for SaaS.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
I feel there are a wide range of examples on this.
Yeah, yeah. Just we are using their services. That's it, I guess.
Yeah, correct. Amar, any questions?
No,
Amar,
Ramesh. I'm good. Yeah,
okay. Okay, can I go to the next slide?
sure.
Yeah. Okay, next is the deployment models. They call it a deployment model. Okay, what is a public cloud, hybrid cloud, and private cloud? I would like to put this in a simple terms. Okay, the public cloud is something you access over the internet, like Azure is a public cloud. Private cloud is something you access through intranet, the on-premise and everything, right? You should go and sit in a ODC, connect through VPN and everything. You access through the internet. So that is a private cloud and managed by the company itself. Private cloud is managed by the company itself. They maintain their own data centers and nobody else will have access. Even if you want to enter the data center, there is a lot of restrictions and everything. Public cloud is managed mostly the all the cloud providers, Azure, AWS, all are like public clouds. Okay, hybrid cloud is is a combination of both public and private clouds. Okay, like if you take some of the banks, UBS or ADP or ADP is not a bank, but still some of them they try to keep some of their data in the on-premise. Okay, so some services they want to move to the cloud, but some services they still want to maintain in on-premise, which they have been maintaining from last 20-30 years, and they still want to use them. Okay, so 70% they have moved to cloud, still 30% they still want to maintain in the private cloud or their own data centers. In that scenario, uh, so the applications which are moved to the public cloud, they still want to access the on-premise data or the on-premise applications which they are maintaining. In that scenario, they maintain, connectivity between the public cloud and the private cloud. So there comes the hybrid cloud. So if somebody is maintaining both private and public cloud, that is called a hybrid cloud. Okay, am I clear?
Yes.
Okay, and for that, this is one slide I just added a while back. Okay, so these are the regions, different regions where Azure has built its data centers. Okay, so mostly you will see its data centers in USA, and also in the European regions, and also some regions in the Far East. Okay, Japan and here. And in India, we have West India, Central India, and South India. I think one is in near to Chennai and one is in Madhya Pradesh, one near Gujarat. Okay, so these are some data centers which are in India. So the one with dots is announced regions. So some they have announced Mexico Central. Maybe this might have they have already built. This slide might be a little older. Um, so these are the different regions. And as I said, they have laid optical fiber channels across the oceans so that they have their own private connectivity between the data centers. They are not using any cloud service providers. So they just lay their own cables. They may have some contracts with some vendors, but mostly it is maintained by Microsoft or with some contractor who are under the agreements of Microsoft. Okay, I'll come back to this slide. Okay, so how can we access Azure? So we need there are few ways to access Azure portal. One, you directly go log in, try to create an account, and you give your credit card details and directly pay as you go. Is as you use, you can pay. Or the first thing um, is you can create a free account trial for a month. It gives a trial for a month. Then you can convert that to pay as you go. The corporates way is a little different. They become the partner. They reach out to the sales, and they will give their requirement, and they also get some discounts also. Okay, that is a different. That is the second way. Let me open this URL and let's see. So, but for us, the free account is one way to get access to this.
Ramesh, that means we have to use only for 30 days. After that, how it will?
So yeah, you can see my screen, right? So Azure
Yeah.
free account. So it is there for 30 days. Okay, some of the services are like 12 months.
Uh-huh.
Okay, but most of the things which we use, they get expired in 30 days. Even the subscription will go down.
Okay, that means for every 30 days we need to change our credit card. I guess, right?
You don't need to change your credit card.
Mm-hmm.
So what I did, I took the 30 days free trial. Then
Mm-hmm.
I created a new subscription in the same account. And right now, what I'm using or what I'm going to use to show you all the lab is pay as you go. Okay.
Uh-huh.
So you just need to be a little more careful. What you are creating, you have to delete. Okay,
Okay.
for lab purpose.
Okay.
Even this 200 credits, what you get, right?
Uh-huh.
That is $200.
Mm-hmm.
If you use it properly, it won't cost more than $50.
Okay.
Not even $50, I would say.
Yeah, I got it. My last 6 months back, I think I have created. I haven't created, but I tried to create SQL MI.
Mhm.
It didn't allow me. Why? Because that cost itself, it's like more than 200, I guess. SQL MI.
Okay, okay.
Hmm. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
No, no, that's all right. So I suggest that, if you have a credit card, you go ahead and use it. There is another way also. Um, for students, it's free. Like if you have you, the kids, right? The school account will be there, right? I'm not sure whether we can use it or not, but what I read in one of the Microsoft portal that, for students, they get 12 months free. Like they get
Yeah.
$100 every month. If you have kids, you can try. These days schools are giving the email ID, right?
Yeah.
And that with that you can try. I did not try, but if you have some time, you can try. Maybe that might work.
I tried with my college account previously. It worked because it goes for the verification, right? So once the
Mhm.
verification is done, it's gonna be expire.
Okay,
I used like 5 to 6 months, I think, but after that, I didn't use it. Yeah, here in US especially, it worked, but I don't know about. I never created in India.
okay. I think it is not region specific. It should work. It is a student account, right? What you just said, which
Yes,
worked
yes,
for six
student account.
months. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that should work for 1 year. That's what I read somewhere. Yeah, if you still have some accounts like that, you can try with that. You get 12 months access. Okay, and there was another approach. Generally, I was with Accenture before. They give this Visual Studio access. Pro Access will give you $100 every month. So in corporates, we get that $100 every month. We can use that. Uh, if like if your company is giving some access to your office
Yeah,
account.
that I need to check. Like, if you have any sandbox or something like that, so we can use any.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. In Accenture, there is Avanade, there is a group. Okay, you need to raise one request. It gets auto approved after 1 or 2 days. Okay, so maybe if if that option is there, you can raise the request. It gives a 12 months access. Every month they give $100 after certain date. Like you created, today is 21st of October.
Okay.
So you created your account or got this subscription, Visual Studio subscription. After 30 days, next month, November 2020, it gets expired. But and the same day itself, you get $100 again. Okay, so like that, 12 months you can use. Right now, I switch it to pay as you go because this, if you switch to pay as you go, one thing you need to make sure is you are deleting whatever you are creating. And it's not like you create and come back to the portal after a month and you see okay, some resource was running and there is a lot of billing. So so instead of, anyhow we have classes, right? So I log in every day, so even if I miss deleting anything previous day, I can go ahead and delete. So similarly, you have to log in and check and delete. Okay. So after a month, you still want to proceed. Pay as you go is one option. These days, many of them are moving because they know even if I use, right, I delete them and it won't charge more than 100 or 1,000 or 1,500 rupees in terms of rupees, or max to max 2,000 rupees. So that I can afford. I thought, we can use this, and also you get what is costing how much. We are little more cautious, right? What is costing how much, and we also get to know what resource is costing how much, and so the pricing part, the costing part, also we get idea. So that's what I felt. Okay, so how we can create Azure free account? Let me show you. Hmm. So there are many ways, but this is one approach which I follow generally, visualstudio.microsoft.com. So here you get an option, sign in. So if you already have outlook.com account or live.in account, you can directly log in and check, or else go ahead and create a new one. So I prefer you people create a new one. Okay. So once you log in and click on sign in, and you get this option here to put your email. So you don't click on anything or write anything. There is an option to create a new one. Create one. I would say Techlines. It's a November 2025 @outlook.com. So whatever the email ID which you are trying to give, use @outlook.com. So most probably you'll get that email. If you use live, right? Some most of them are taken because that is a older one. But in this one, you will get @outlook.com. Password. I'll keep the clients @123. Give some password. Press and hold. Just go ahead and save that in any one of the Excel. Keep for now. Continue. So this approach, which I just followed, that is from creating an account from Visual Studio, right? That has some benefits. Okay, you come here. Under this, you see Visual Studio Dev Essentials. Under that, you use your benefits. So this is something which I actually was using because this gives a wide range of benefits. So once you click on use your benefits, click on confirm. So these are all the benefits which if you have interest, you can go ahead and start using them. Some of them which I used is one is this one, Azure 200 credits. Try Azure for free, which you can use. The next one is Plural Site. So you get a free 1 month um, usage. Like from here it gives some code. Then it will activate that. So you get a full access to the Plural Site. So where a lot of courses are there, you can go through them. And also I use LinkedIn Learning. This is also one more. It gives a full access to LinkedIn Learning for 1 month. And okay, this is what I have seen, but I have not used. 30 days to learn it, and you also get 50% off the cost of a Microsoft certification exam. I did not use this before, but it says that you get a 50% off if you are writing some certifications. From here, if you try to book your certification exam, it might give 50%. And one more is Azure DevOps. So this is a basic level where I think 5 users you can create. And basically for a single user, you can use this one. You can start using repos, create pipelines, everything. You can start from here. So these are all benefits. Some other are there. I don't know, Bold BA, all these are there. I don't know how far these are useful. Maybe if you have some background on different one of these things, Power BI and all, maybe you can try them. So these are Dev Essential benefits. Okay, so what we need from here is Azure 200 credit. Try Azure for free. You can start filling the form. Okay, I just give. You can give your PAN number. Submit. That is just a verification. So there are 3 steps, one of 3. And did I miss anything? For personal use. Next, you give your address. Check these boxes. State Telangana. So we are almost on the last page. Okay, it is taking time. Basically, the third page, it will ask you to give your credit card details, the CVV and everything. And once you submit um, for verification, they will deduct a 1 rupee or like that. Okay, so yeah, so we are on the last page. So it will ask you to give your name, card number, expiry date, CVV address, and everything, and sign up. So once you sign up, it will deduct 1 rupee from your credit card, and it gives access to your free account. Yeah, so that's how it works. And you know, then we log into the portal. So with your free account, portal.azure.com. So this is the URL to access the Azure Cloud. Okay, and once you log in, you get the dashboard. Maybe some instructions it will ask you, like some wizards they will show. You can click next, 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 finish. So this is the account, but the one which I'm showing you right now is not the free account, but it looks similar. So this one is a pay as you go account, which I created long back. Okay, and you can see the subscription name, which you can change actually. Learn with Ram is what I renamed, but you can rename it to anything. So you come to, so you need to click on subscriptions. Um, then click here, then you can rename and each subscription. So here you will see a free account subscription. The name will be free account, and each subscription will have this ID. They call this as a subscription ID. And you are the account admin. You get full access to this account. Okay, you can create, delete, everything you can do. And you can also see the current costing. And this is a parent management group and status is active. So we don't use this much, um, but the billing and everything, that part they take care, and this part we don't use that much. I mean, right till now of being in Azure from last 10 years, I haven't used this part much. Mostly we'll take care of the subscriptions and costings, cost optimization and all those things we manage. So this is one page you can come and check first whether your subscription is up or not. And for free account, it will show you that you have a 4,000 or 5,000 rupees in your account or $200 credit, and you have used this much, and like that it will show. And so on the right side top, you can sign out. And if you want to switch to a different account, so you are not able to see the free account, you come here, check first thing, okay, whether you are on the same login ID which you have with which you have created the free account. You check that first. If it's not the one, switch to your account. Okay, and this is Cloud Shell. So Azure CLI commands, you can either connect to Azure from your Visual Studio Code, uh, and you can run the commands, or else you can run it directly from here. Okay, I'll show you some other time on this. So basically that is the one. And here you can see the notifications. So you created a storage account, and you can see whether it is created or not. If there is any errors while creating, you can come here and check what is the error and all. You can click on that and you can see that. And this gear icon is one of the important one I regularly use. It will directly show me what all the accounts I have. Okay, like the free account, or what is the directory I'm using. In my organization, the directory is uh, remains same. Under single directory, I have multiple subscriptions. So you can maintain that all directories. So these are some of the accounts. Free trials I tried long before. And after that, I vexed up of free accounts. Then I started using pay as you go. This is a pay as you go account. Yeah, so this is where you can check subscriptions. And this one is a global search. So for example, you got a request that uh, I have this app service. Can you please delete, or can you check what are the logs? So one way is, you already have the app name. You directly search here, give the app name. It will list down the app. It will search for you and it will show you. The other way is, you go and check app services. Then again, you search it here. The second, the second method. So, so this global search comes handy when you are trying to search some app services. When you have, so in organizations, right, you have a lot of resources which already created. For searching is one difficult part. So this is one thing which comes handy when, to pick or go to that resource directly. So this is one more. Here, I come here and use this only when I wanted to create a dashboard. So this is the place where we create a dashboard for monitoring your application. I create a customized dashboard where we can see logs, errors, and everything. So the dashboards you can see from, create from here. Go to the dashboards directly from here. And this also give other options similar to this one, what you are seeing, app services, everything. You can also go to them from here. So there are multiple ways to go to your resource. One is from here, the one is from global search, one is also from here. Okay, and okay, so any questions so far on this?
No, Ramesh.
Yeah, so basically this is the portal from where we'll start creating the resources. I just want to give some walkthrough, some important things. Okay, if there are no questions, then I will switch to I'll go to the next slide. I still need to cover a few more topics. Okay, so what is Azure account? So this is how you see the diagram. This is how it is. You go and create a Azure account with your email ID or the corporate ID. You get the access. You get the Azure account. You log into your subscription, log into your Azure. Then you go and check the subscriptions. What subscriptions are there? Because to access the resource, you need to go to the subscription first. So it's like, it is there is one gated community. How do you enter? Okay, at the gate you need to take a pass, right? These days, my gate or no brokerhood or like that are there. You need to send a request, they approve it. So you are in now. Then you go to a block, B block or C block. Then you go to a floor. Then you go to the flat. right? So it is a path. You cannot directly uh, go directly to the flat directly, right? You need to go to the gate, then go to the block, then go to the floor, then go to the flat. So it is in the same way. So you, for creating a resource, you should have an account, you should have a subscription, then you create the resource group, then you create the resource. So that's how it is. So all are mandatory. Each resource will, one resource, I will explain you few other things. I have a separate slide. Okay, right now we will focus on Azure account. Create an Azure account, a subscription will be created for you. So once you create a Azure account, a subscription will be created for you. Like if you create a free subscription, along with account, you get the subscription. Pay as you go is also like that. After you have created an Azure account, you are free to create additional subscriptions. So you can maintain multiple subscriptions. It's up to you how many subscriptions you want to maintain.
Okay.
Okay, it's like, you entered the gate and you have so many blocks. It's up to you. It's up to the builder how many blocks you want to maintain. For example, your company might use a single Azure account for your business and separate subscription for development, marketing, and sales. So subscriptions come into the picture like this. They want to maintain separate billing. So each subscription has its own billing, separate billing.
Yeah.
So like the development IT team has its own subscription, the marketing team has its own subscription, and sales team has its own subscription. Okay, they can maintain like that. So what I've seen, mm, in my previous organization, they maintained a separate subscription for non-prod and separate subscription for prod. Production, they maintain separate subscription. For non-prod, they maintain separate subscription. In non-prod, they put development environment, they put testing environment, they put UAT, everything, all the non-prod, they keep in the non-prod subscription. Like non-prod, they will maintain. And prod subscription, they maintain only the production environment. Okay, and they also give access to only the limited people to that subscription. Non-prod, they give access to the developers and everything. For prod, they give access to the DevOps engineers and the cloud engineers. So that's how they maintain. Okay, and after you have created an Azure subscription, you can start creating Azure resources within each subscription. So after you have this subscription, you can create your resources. Access the Azure portal, so which we have already seen this. And it's a graphic user interface, and this is the URL with which you can access. You go to the next slide. Availability zones. So these two things, availability zones and region pairs. Availability zones are physically separated data centers within a Azure region. So if you take the Chennai data center, Chennai is one of the availability zone. Take that. Let's take that in that way. Okay, there will be multiple data centers in it. Okay, with some, uh, but each availability zone is made up of one or more data centers equipped with independent power, cooling, and networking. So each data center has its own cooling, power, and networking. So one region, don't think in a single region there will be only one data center. It's not like that. There can be a multiple data centers in that location. But each data center have independent power, cooling, and networking. If one zone goes down, the other country continues working. Availability zones are connected through high-speed private fiber optic networks. So if one data center is going down, the other data center will be up in that region. So I'm maintaining 3 data centers in one region. Like for example, I'm taking Chennai region. I have 3 data centers. So one region due to power cut, one is down or some issue is there, one is down. The entire availability zone is down. But still there are 2 other availability zones where the data is already replicated and the consumers are not affected. So that's that's why they maintain actually the availability zones. You can use availability zones to run mission critical applications and build high availability into your application. So we uh, build these availability zones because consumers can use the mission critical applications, and we have to deliver them. Okay, we need to make sure, okay, the availability is maintained. Then only the consumers will come and buy, right? So that option is also there. That option is maintained by Microsoft. So this comes into the picture when they start the cloud service, right? This is there in all the clouds.
Okay.
Not only clouds. Every data center, this one will be there. They try to maintain this in one or other way.
Okay.
There could be a cost to duplicating your services, transferring data between availability zones. So if you are opting these availability zones, there will be a cost. So some of them, they opt this as an option. Like I'm using a P3 application. It doesn't affect, even if it goes down. Okay, but my application is P1 and P2. I opt for availability zone. Okay, now that my application is P1, I am ready to pay extra, right? But the P3 application, I don't need it. I want to save the money. So that option is there. You can opt for availability zone when you need it, your business needs it. So these availability zones are primarily for VMs, managed disks, load balancers, and SQL databases. So this option you can see when we try to create VMs or managed disks or load balancers and SQL databases. Any questions on this?
No, Ramesh.
Okay. The second one is also similar. Here, um, region pairs. Most Azure regions are paired with another region within the same geography, such as US, Europe, and Asia, at least 300 miles away. So there are two regions and they are paired. For example, region pairs in Azure are West US paired with East US, and Southeast Asia paired with East Asia. So these are like DRs. One is
Okay.
primary, one is secondary, and the other becomes primary, this becomes secondary, something like that. So the region pairs are also there, and uh, each of these regions are separated 300 miles minimum, at least. Okay.
Okay.
And again, these each region will have its own availability zones and all they maintain. So why we maintain this? If a region in pair was affected by a natural disaster, services would automatically fail over. So this entire region is affected now. There is a um, some natural calamity or anything. This entire region is down. Some fiber channel cut is there, or something has happened. Then this secondary region will comes um, into the picture, and they start giving the services to the consumers. So that's why we maintain region pairs. And this slide I have shown you. Okay, this has all the data centers and the regions. So this is about availability zones and regions. Most of the things what we have seen now is how the data centers, where the data centers are, how Azure is maintaining or giving the service through the portal. Okay, now we'll deep dive. So Azure resources and resource groups. So what we have seen earlier, right? Azure account we have seen, subscription we have seen. So resource groups are something um, which bind up all the resources, or a virtual group. It is a virtual group. It will have the resources. So what these resources are? Anything you create, provision, deploy, etc. is a resource. A VM, or it can be in a virtual network or database or cognitive service. All are considered resources within Azure. So when you create a resource, you are required to place it in a resource group. As I said earlier, when you create a resource, you have to place it in a resource group. While a resource group can contain many resources, a single resource can only be in one resource group at a time. So a resource which you create can be in a single resource group at a time. So it cannot be shared, or it cannot be like part of the two different resource groups. It will be a part of a single resource group. Some resources may be moved between resource groups. So you have the option to move the resources between the groups. That option is linked. It will be there. So once you move it, it won't be part of the former group, the previous group. And what are these resource groups? So resource groups are simply grouping of resources. It is a virtual drive or something like that. It is not physically exists, and even the resource group. If you create a resource group, there are no charges. It is a virtual one. But for resource, there are charges. Resource groups can't be nested. So one resource group A is part of resource group B. That kind of facility is not there. Each one is a single entity. They cannot be nested. And resource group provide a convenient way to group resources together. It's a convenient way to group the resources together. When you apply an action to a resource group, that action will apply to all the resources within the resource group. So when you apply one action, like recently there was a request for me. Okay, we were maintaining 5 environments. Okay, one is a dev, test, stage, prod, and tech debt. Is tech debt is one environment. We thought we'll give it to the tester, because tester has given a complaint that the dev has been already using that and doing a lot of deployments, and he wanted a separate environment. So we created a new environment. We gave it like 1 or 2 years back. Now that the resource he left the organization, the new tester is okay to use other environments. He don't need the tech debt environment. And my director, he wanted this and get rid of this environment itself. This environment is costing us around $600 to $700 every month. Okay, and the new tester was not using from last 2 months, and we get the recommendation that this is not being used. And then the director told, okay, go ahead and delete that tech debt environment. How we maintained in our organization is that for dev environment, we have a single resource group. All the resources which builds dev environment are inside this resource group. Similarly, for test load and everything, which each resource group is one environment. So I went ahead and deleted the resource group, tech debt resource group. It is a single click, delete. All the resources in that get got deleted. Okay, it's a convenient way to maintain and also to take any action. So that's how the resource groups come into the picture. Any questions?
No, Ramesh.
Yeah, so these are basics. Resource group is something everyone must know. And if you are already using Azure, then or have come across Azure, this is first thing you have to learn. Okay, what is subscription? What is resource group? Okay, next is Azure subscription. So once you have this Azure account, right, you start maintaining the subscription for each. Like as I told, I am maintaining two subscription. One is a non-prod subscription, one is a production subscription. So in Azure, subscriptions are a unit of management, billing, and scaling. So it is a unit of management. So all the non-prods are in the non-prod subscription. And I want to know what is the billing coming. So at the subscription level, you can check, okay, non-prod is costing me this much every year or every month. And what I have in non-prod, I have these environments. So these three environments are maintained in this non-prod environment, and prod has only one environment, production. So you can all manage, and you can also check the billing there. Scale is up to you, which environment you want to maintain, whether you want to add resources and all. So that facility is there. Azure will go ahead and give you anything, you can add so as many as resources you can, but billing will be there. Similar to how resource groups are a way to logically organize resources, similar to how resource groups are a way to logically organize resources. Subscriptions allow you to logically organize your resource groups and facilitate building. I hope this line is self-explanatory. And using Azure requires an Azure subscription. So to use Azure, you need a Azure subscription. A subscription provides you with authentication and authorization access to Azure products and services. And it also allows you to provision resources. So at Azure subscription, authentication and the authorization will be happening, and it will allow you to provision the resources from here. So when you are trying to automate or do something, the first thing you need to do is connect to the subscription. You have to authorize yourself. That's where the Azure Active Directory, or right now they call it a Microsoft Entra, that comes into the picture. Okay, we'll cover that. So next is a billing boundary. So subscription has a billing boundary. So inside the subscription, what all the resources are there, you get the billing, and you get the invoices. Access control boundary. So you give access to someone at the subscription level. All the resources under it, you get the full access or whatever the access you have given at the subscription level. So you can give access at the subscription level or at the resource level or at the resource group level. So we'll be covering what kind of accesses are there, how you can give the fine-grained access to the users. Those are all part of the Microsoft Entra or Azure Active Directory. So we'll be covering them in the next classes. So with this slide, we end today's session. Are there any questions?
Uh, no, Ramesh. We are clear. It's just, I mean, most of the things are theoretical part, so we are good. Uh, you're
Okay.
going to share this PPT?
Yeah, I will share the PPT. Not right now. Once we complete, maybe after maybe at the weekend, because right
Okay.
now I'm trying to add up few things on this,
Okay.
so I
Okay.
keep modifying it. So that's the reason.
Okay. Fine.
We'll go back to the topics. Okay, to this Excel, and today we have covered all these topics. So tomorrow I will be covering Azure storage. So it might take 1 or 2 days. So tomorrow it will be Azure storage for us. Okay, please try to join at 8 a.m. I will start
Sure.
within 2 or 3 minutes
Okay.
post 8. Okay. Yep. Thank you all. If there are no questions,
Sir,
anyone has any questions?
sir,
Yeah, Abhi.
sir, yesterday I had a doubt, sir. Actually, I have only 1 year of IT experience as an Linux administrator in CGI. So, as a part of infrastructure monitoring and services, I also thought to move to Azure, like DevOps. But I heard is that most of the companies don't offer DevOps role to freshers or like 1 year of experience. Is it really like that, or can we move? Can we apply to DevOps role or like junior DevOps roles or something? So this doubt I have in my mind actually.
Mm. So which year did you pass out?
Uh, 2023.
23. It is 25, right? So minimum 2 years is what I know, that if you are joining as a lateral, 2 years is the experience minimum uh, you know, requirement they will ask. And these days I have seen 1 to 3 years also they are asking. Uh,
Yeah, okay.
1 to 3 years as a DevOps engineer or analyst or like that role they are asking.
Okay, okay.
But entire fresher, like they are not, like you are passed out in 25 and you want the DevOps role. I don't think, no, I have not seen such kind of scenarios happening. 1 to 3 years is what I have seen, for juniors. um, there will be openings.
Yeah, okay, sir.
But anyhow, Azure Cloud is something you should know. Okay. and you can try it.
Yeah, I'm supposed to say that only, Ramesh. So either you are Windows, either you are Linux, or a fresher or a senior. End of the day, you should learn. You should know about Azure. So which is gonna help you in the future.
Yeah, sir.
Sorry if I cut you, Ramesh.
No, no, no. I was almost done there.
Okay.
Okay, then. Happy Tuesday.
See you
Let's
tomorrow.
catch up to see you tomorrow. Yeah. Thank
Yeah.
you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.